Right, so we have at the top Karachi and Peshawar are both on 6 points, but Islamabad and Lahore have a game in hand. They're both on 6 points as well, and they will be playing each other. So I guess whoever wins that will go top of the table, and then you will have 3 people on 6 points. Then you have Multan and Quetta who are on 5 apiece, and they're only on 2 points each. I mean, that Islamabad Lahore game is gonna be huge, Asjad,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a blast considering, right, that it's so close right now. The top 4 are so hand in hand. It's so difficult to kind of make a judgment call. But I think Islamabad and Lahore game is, for me, is the second most important game in the PSL, right? You have Karachi, Lahore, and then for me, it's Islamabad, Lahore, and then it's Islamabad, Karachi. Those are the 3 that I think of, or Peshawar against Quetta, but I'm trying to put that aside. But considering these are considered one of the big squads in the PSL, I think Islamabad Lahore is going to be a banger. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see what they decide. Whoever wins the toss, do the bat, do the ball. They try and take the IPL into consideration. They try and take the T10 into consideration. How they're going to make a lot of their decisions in the first game, because first up, that's where you do all the experimentation. And once there's a set method, everyone's going to follow that. So yeah, let's see how that goes. In that game, again, I'm going to go Islamabad, you're going to go Lahore, Fazan. Like, there's no point. But in terms of the playoffs, right, the qualifiers, from what it looks like right now, it's hard to say Multan or Quetta will get through. But both of them have a pretty decent spin lineup. Multan Sultan doesn't play spin as well, or doesn't play in the UAE as well, but Quetta does. Quetta has won in the UAE, okay? They're very, very good as a side who plays in these types of conditions. So I think Quetta will actually get through. I think Quetta goes through. I think Islamabad goes through. I have a feeling Peshawar could rake in. Peshawar could, as I mentioned before, Peshawar could actually make the playoffs. And then it's a toss-up between the other 3. I think Lahore is going to struggle in the UAE. I think Multan's going to do well with the ball, but find it difficult with the bat. And Karachi, I'm sorry to say, they won last year because it was all in Pakistan. This year is going to be tough for them because their spin department doesn't look as strong as a lot of the other ones. They do have Babar Azam, they have Shajil Khan, they have some very, very good batsmen. But as we talked about, their middle order kind of collapses in, and then you just got all-rounders galore, right? So for me, I go Peshawar, Islamabad, Quetta Gladiators, and then Lahore. I'll pick Lahore for the sake of it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I think you've gone, Quetta, Islamabad, Peshawar, and Lahore?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I think Karachi is interesting. I think Imad Wasim, he's going to have to bowl 4 overs. He can't be bowling 1 or 2 overs, that's for sure.
He can't give himself the ball, right? Like he did in the previous
Yeah, he can't. That was bizarre anyway. But yeah, I'm going to go slightly different. I think Quetta will make it as well. I feel like they've got the side, and considering now the conditions, I feel like they should get through. So I'm going to go Quetta, I'm going to go Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad. So I think Peshawar and Multan will miss out. But I do, obviously, the fact that people have only played 4 or 5 games is still very much up for grabs. And I think, look, if Multan and Quetta, for example, play Karachi and Peshawar and then they win, then next thing you know, they're thereabouts. So I think anything could change, and that's the beauty of it, as always. I'm trying to see if there's... Oh, there you go. There's some stats here as well. Just for you, Asjad, you're talking about Mohammad Rizwan. Obviously, he's the leading run scorer. And in terms of wickets, Sakamwood was way in front as well on 12 wickets. He's a big miss. Hassan Ali, obviously, in and around there. And Dani, who was really impressed. I mean, I never heard of him before that. So he's been really good. Okay, Asjad, I think that's all from me. Is there anything you want to touch on before we wrap up here?
I'm just excited because I thought it wasn't going to happen. I thought the PSL 6 was not going to go ahead. I thought it was going to be postponed completely, indefinitely, and then they just start PSL 7, or they do something like, just playoffs or whatever, pick the top 4 and then go ahead with it. But it's good that they've gotten, 20 days? It starts on the 2nd of June or something like that. So that'll be good, ending on 20th, 21st of June. Getting players in, which is the tough ask. We've seen a couple of, other... Anwar Ali, by the way, also tested positive, if I'm not wrong, for COVID. So let's see. Let's hope he recovers as well. So he might not be a main starter for Quetta Gladiators. But all in all, I'm just excited to get cricket back, especially in PSL. And I'm hoping for the UAE to be a very good stomping ground, because, you know, it was stomping grounds for the PSL for about 3 years exclusively. And then it became, oh, Pakistan needs to shift back. Then the UAE took over IPL for a little while for one season, and it went swimmingly well. It went really well. And now PSL going back to UAE, I think it'll be exciting. They won't have proper crowds or anything, but it'll still be good. It'll be good to see those types of, you know, pitches which are conducive to both. And hopefully we get better competitive cricket rather than win the toss, ball first, win the match.
Yeah, I can't see that happening well, I hope not. I think it was something like 14 straight games, if I'm not mistaken, something ridiculous like that. But yeah, I think the UAE, it's guaranteed there will most likely be some big scores, I would imagine, as the pitches get flatter and flatter. But you would hope that the spinners also get some purchase on that. And the seamers, I do think a lot of games may be won by how well the seamers do, just because it's going to be so hard for them. And if you can get a couple of wickets from the seamers, 3-4 wickets out of the 10, then you're potentially laughing and you're saying, actually, you know what, we've done a good job here. So let's see. Asjad, thank you very much. Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say one part about the seamers that you mentioned, and it's a different time that they're playing. June is absolutely boiling, okay? It is going to be hot as anything. The pace bowlers taking wickets would be absolutely crucial. You can think about, dew factor here. You can think about, the ball does swing a little bit in Abu Dhabi early on. But dude, that doesn't matter. It's going to be absolutely boiling. It's going to be very tough for a lot of these players to play in these conditions. So that's why the spinners would actually come into play a lot more. But yeah, sorry to interrupt that. That's all from me. Thank you so much for having me on. Honestly, a pleasure.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Yeah, thank you very much, Asjad. I really appreciate it. And look, I'm sure everyone knows already, but if you don't, please do go and check out Asjad's channel, Cricket for Us 2.0. Go and like, subscribe, and of course, comment on all his videos. And please remember to do so here as well. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and also subscribe to the channel. And I'm sure Asjad will be bringing out lots of PSL content as well. The World Test Championship finals, England versus New Zealand is starting at the same time, so that's going to be great. I'm looking forward to covering that and having no time on my hands. Plus, also, I want to be doing the French Open, which starts at the same time as well. So 3 different things going on at once. This is going to be crazy, but let's see how it goes. Okay, thanks very much, guys. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you